Morning. It's Friday, May 20th. And the other day, Congress passed a bill by the vote of 222 to 203 for gun control in this country. And that's a pathetic vote. That is a slim majority. And now that bill is going to go to the Senate for approval. And I know and you know that the Senate is not going to approve this bill. Because in the Senate, there are too many people who are not in favor of gun control. That sticks out in my mind and drives me crazy. 30 to 40,000 people a year die in the United States because of gun violence. And you have an incident in Buffalo which is spurring this latest rush to write a bill for gun control. This mass shooting was clearly a racist, anti-people destruction, murdering, about the most vicious murdering you could think of. And it was targeted against the blacks because this young man who was 18 years old, who decided to shoot these people, is one of the lunatics running loose in this country who believe that there's a replacement theory that's going on and that eventually whites will be outnumbered. And they will be. That's bound to happen. That's just the way the world is, and we have to settle down and understand that. So we have to be able to get control of the armaments that lunatics like Peyton were able to get their hands on. But no, I know and you know that the Senate will not vote in favor of gun control. And here's something that I will throw into the mix that really, really bothers me. You have people there who are against gun control, but these very same people are staunch anti-abortionists. And so these people believe that we're going to save the lives of all these babies, but they don't give a shit about the adult lives and the children's lives that are destroyed in this country by guns. So there it is. Isn't that strange? How can a universe of people believe that there's no need for gun control, but there is need to stop abortion? So these people who are against abortions are basically against the women's rights. And these anti-abortion laws are written without exceptions. They refuse to include the heinous crime of rape and the other heinous crime of incest as an excuse for an abortion. And those are not an excuse. You need to allow people to have an abortion in those cases. It's a horrible thing to have to go through life and give birth to a child that you didn't want. Think of that. Think of that. And put that in perspective with the gun violence. With the gun violence, where we are promoting mass murder in this country while trying to protect the unborn. The person, the fetus that is not even a human yet. We are protecting them, but we are not protecting our adults. Because we are allowing people like Peyton to get their hands on guns and go out and shoot. Every day there's a mass murder in this country. Every day somebody dies from a gunshot wound. And why? Because there are people in this country, in these states, that refuse to have gun control. But they're fighting like crazy to keep babies alive. Does that make any sense to you? It doesn't make any sense to me at all. Now, it's true that abortions, when we were allowing them, there were about 600,000 to 700,000 of them in the latest yearly stats, while gun injuries and deaths were only about 120,000 a year. So we have 30,000 people dying by guns and another 90,000 injured with some kind of gun. So on looking at those statistics, one might say abortion is much worse for this country than guns. But that's not the case. That is not the case, because the major issue with abortion is the rights of women to have children if they want. It's their choice. If they are looking at a life that is terrible for one reason or another and they do not want to bring an unborn child into the world, that is their prerogative. That may be physically detrimental to the woman's health or the family or whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's a right. It's a right. And it's not even a human being at the point that the law protecting abortion was written. But death by gun, that's not a choice. Somebody killed somebody. Now, there are suicides, so that's their choice. But they're killing somebody too. They're killing themselves. So I don't understand how people can rationalize to themselves that abortions are bad, but guns are good. How's that for a saying? Abortions are bad, but guns are good. Is that what we want to be known as a nation? This is not the Wild West anymore. We don't need gun protection continually. Does everybody live in a neighborhood where their life is at stake? No. Do they carry guns? In many states they can carry, and they don't even need to get a permit. So it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that the same people who are against abortions are for guns. I don't know what this country thinks about. We are allowing a gun to get into the hands of somebody who has a mean streak, a vicious intent, is anti-black, anti-Asian, anti-Jew, and they are killing people. And major parts of this country are okay with that. Give him the gun. It's okay. He can get a gun. He got legally those guns, this 18-year-old in Buffalo, and then drove 3.5 hours to a neighborhood that he despised and killed 10 people. And I believe that in a couple of days we'll hear another story similar to that. And we will still have those out in front of the abortion clinics raising all kinds of hell because a woman has rights right now. And that may end in a month or so. So we have to keep our eyes on that and have to recognize that there's something wrong with the thinking in large parts of this country. So that's it for today, and I hope you have a good day. And I'll see you in the morning. Bye.